Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So, again with the update, not only do you have the encounters to fight to obtain AS Saki, but there is also another dungeon. So versus hard and very hard. And it's in present time, Beast King Castle. So don't forget, this one does increase the shadow for Fien, and it is a shadow-based dungeon. So if you have, in the hard case, 96 or more shadow, you'll get all 3 reward lines. In the case of very hard, 120 or more shadow. So I don't have an all shadow team, so unfortunately I'll only be able to unlock the 2-line rewards. Hopefully you guys do have enough shadow. If not, you'll be grinding here anyways for Fiends. So just wanted to highlight a couple of battles for you. I did cut the video a lot shorter, being that this is just a hard dungeon, to give you a taste of what to expect. So the horror is in areas 1 and 2, and there is a rare horror, and again, rare horrors show up in rare maps which have a 10% chance of showing up. So this is the Archfiend, very similar to the one in the endgame in Chronos Umbra. It is weak to earth, so again, being that this is my first time in, I brought a varied team with different elements, and Serene happens to be on my team. So if you are encountering this and you want to make it easier for yourself, you can also bring Lokido and Serene, probably wipe out these horrors very easily, either through just AoEs, or if you wanted to burn an AF bar like myself, that would be enough as well. Otherwise, you know, the mobs are actually very similar to the regular Beast King Castle, just higher levels, all in the 60 plus range. So you'll have groups of 3 or 4 of them, and it looks like on the 2nd and 3rd floors, they'll have chimeras as well. So if you haven't obtained 100 battles of killing chimeras, this is a good way of grabbing it. So again, you can see level 63. At this level, a single medium and a single large AoE or XL AoE should take care of them. Again, most of these beast enemies don't have any weaknesses or resistances. The Chimera is resistant to earth and weak to wind, so I would always recommend bringing 1 or 2 wind characters depending on how much trouble you have with Chimeras. So I always bring the same team usually, in the fact that I like having Serene and Suzette on my team. Their AF boosting capabilities in terms of increasing power, intelligence, and speed when coming in with their Valor chance is very useful, especially when taking on bosses and tougher horrors. Again, at this level, probably not a concern, but better to be prepared than unprepared, right? And of course, having Leclerc is great for mitigating any sort of you know, mob attacks by reducing power with her aiming flood. You can see that I do have Fien in the back, and my final slot is taken out by Annabelle. And I know from reading a lot of comments in Reddit, and the general consensus is that Annabelle is not really the greatest 5-star to have. Now, that may be true, but in my case, and many others who don't have every 5-star out there, she is very useful in tanking a lot of hits while allowing the rest of your party to recover in the back for MP and HP. So at this easier dungeon, she can easily single tank. At the harder dungeons, she's also able to tank, and even in other lands I do leave her in front as long as she has some buffs on to take a couple of hits against tough mobs, or even the horror or the boss itself, to recover MP before either setting off a huge AF or just, you know, to buy my time. So again, these battles for a full 5-star team aren't really difficult. And again, just another group of 4 here, so you know, perfect area to gather a lot of experience as well. Similar to the regular Beast King Castle. Okay, so just going to walk around here. Notice that in this particular second section, the Archfiend doesn't run off. It actually stays in place, which is not always common with horrors. A lot of times they wander back and forth. Now, just in case you're wondering how much damage it can take, I'm going to just show you. I'm going to bring in Annabelle to tank the first hit, and then bring all 3 of my 5 stars back in to deal half bar AF damage. And you can see that it will be maybe enough, so let's take a look. So with all those debuffs and buffing my own characters, I'm just going to lay the smackdown on this Archfiend, and especially with Invigorating Flog to boost the damage, and then obviously Ground Razor, no problem. Can't tell if the very hard version will fall so easily. Probably not. Okay, so let's take a look at the boss. Now, if you remember, near the end of Act 1, in the late chapters, when you are fighting this boss, it does have some end moves if the HP drops too low. So just remember that you don't want to set off any of those bars. Again, it's been a long time since I've done that, so I can't remember if it's at 50% or 25% less of HP. But all its attacks are magical based, so having Aurora Force is very important if you want to mitigate damage. Again, at this level, being in the 60 range, probably not going to do much damage to my team, which you can clearly see. And again, you can easily see that I did use Annabelle yet again to tank while I set up an AF. Being that this is an easier boss, even with non-full AF bar, I'm able to beat down the boss and do enough damage to end it. But we shall see how very hard goes. I'm not going to be as confident for that. Okay, so took on the boss, finished it up. Now let's see the rewards, and let's see if we can get increase of Fien's Shadow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.